Hey Shannon, so I wanted to go over your biweekly check-in with you. So you will get this every 2 weeks. It's not going to be every week. I like to do it every 2 weeks just so people have enough time to really soak in and make changes and feel like their responses have more value in them with the answers as opposed to doing it so often every week. So let's go through it real quick together. This really helps me a lot, kind of touch base on a lot of things and see how you're feeling about things and what progress is being made and what we can work on more together, depending on what it is. So, okay. So this is just a reminder of your macros, just so you write them down. Doesn't really pertain to much, but okay, so your energy levels are pretty good. I mean, usually everyone is around a 6 to 8. That's just how it is. But okay, so I can tell that you are feeling stronger, which is amazing. That's like self-motivating all in itself to see that type of change and progress, even if it isn't a visual change yet, like a solid, like looking at yourself, major like body composition change yet. You are feeling like you're changing because you actually are. So sometimes we won't see a huge difference with the scale, or even a lot of inches lost, but we are changing, and it is a process. So that's really good. So I know you've had a lot of things going on, a lot of stressful things, which we all do, but it comes in waves with everybody. Some weeks or months are way crazier than others and more stressful. And just keep in mind how stress really does affect progress and results with everything. I know it's sort of inevitable that we feel our stress because it's happening, and how can we not? But really just trying to grasp it and view it in a different way and just take it and compartmentalize it instead of letting it take over you completely all day, every day, which I'm not saying you do that. I'm just trying to say that your cortisol levels really, your hormones really are a huge factor in actual weight loss and progress. So a lot of times people could be having a really, really hard time with it, and they feel like they're doing everything they should be, but they're so stressed out and so like on a level 10 or above with that it is almost prohibiting them from making any changes because their body is just holding on to this fat because they are so stressed out. Their body can't do what it's supposed to do with all of these changes and transitions. So a lot of times when people actually do just, kind of not stop caring, but in a sense of just relaxing more and not putting so much pressure on yourself and sort of feeling more relaxed with everything, that's when things can change a lot more during the process of fat loss, because that's the overall goal, is a body composition change with fat loss and by having more muscle on your body and less fat. So just try to not let everything consume you, which I know it's life. There's a lot of things that go on, and I know you've had a lot going on, but just a few words of trying to be helpful, because a lot of people don't realize how your cortisol levels can literally prohibit you from having any results, even if you are doing everything correctly. So, all right, so decent sleep. Getting enough sleep is super important. I know sometimes it's really hard to do that, especially with little kids. And just a lot of people do have insomnia at night. They know there are multiple reasons why people aren't getting sleep. But having that recovery, that rest, is really, really one of the most important things with actual progress and overall fat loss, because your body needs that rejuvenation. It needs that recovery time to do all the things that it needs to do by actually resting. So if you feel like you're not getting at least 6-7 hours, try to get at least 7 hours. That's always what I tell everybody, because a lot of times when people get more sleep, they see more results as well. As something as simple as that, and something that is pretty easy to do, but it's sort of not easy to do. Okay, so yeah, you do really good with your macros. You caught on quickly. There are two types of people when they start to dive into macros and MyFitnessPal. Is they're either completely overwhelmed and they hate it and they don't really want to learn about it and they don't apply themselves, or there are people like you who are learning about it, who are learning how to fit in things that they like, and who are making progress with it and understanding it. And that's the goal. So fantastic job. I can't even emphasize that enough, because I personally hate tracking, but it's something that teaches you something now so you can not do it in the long run. So in your overall journey, you're going to be doing a lot more in the beginning to do a lot less later on, because you know more educationally, like your knowledge has expanded, and once you have that, you take that with you forever. And B, your body composition and metabolism is actually changing and has changed over these 3 to 6 months. So those factors are huge. You're doing a lot more work in the beginning to do less work later on. So just try to remember that. That's a good way to view it, because it's the truth. And hopefully it's more motivating to everybody to hear that. Okay. But at least getting 3 solid MFP logs per week is requirements. Oh, Lord. Oh, my gosh. Kids are yelling at each other. Okay, and sometimes with constipation, it really just depends. Maybe you had like some high carb days. Sometimes that can bind people up, or not enough water, or it can be a combination of a lot of things. Too much cheese, or dairy overall. There's a few things that can factor into that. But yeah, your endurance and your strength is improving. I know that for a fact. And I definitely want you to update your pictures and measurements if you haven't. And it's really good that you don't feel restricted and that you don't feel overly full, or you don't feel overly starving. So that's a good thing. I really want everybody to feel content and not overly full and not starving. That's for sure. So you can get a good feel for your body's hunger. Like if you're too hungry throughout the day, you need more food. If you're truly hungry, and not boredom hungry, actual true hunger. But if you're getting those macros in and getting enough fats and proteins, you should not be feeling hungry, like starving hungry. So that's really good, the way you're feeling on that level. Okay, and it's really good that you're feeling positive. You're going to have weeks and days that are different. Not every day is going to be the same, with our mood, with our energy, with our stressors that are going on. And just keep that in mind, that things aren't the same every day, but we just have to just get through it, and just, tomorrow's a new day. Next week is a new next week. Okay, and awesome. It's really good that your clothes are fitting differently. So like I said, even if you're not seeing a lot of actual changes on the scale, like significant changes, your body is doing a lot in these months that go by. And like I said, the way you feel with endurance and strength is a key thing with knowing that change is happening and in the progress of. And then everything will follow after with the scale going down and inches lost everywhere. So doing your measurements is super important too, because the scale could essentially be the same, but you could be losing inches and not realizing it, because looking at ourselves every day, we don't see those things unless we visually see it with documenting the measurements and seeing pictures. So that is super motivating all in itself, and will tell you what's happening on your progress charts. So yeah, that's really good. Okay. Finding a much healthier salad dressing. Oh, good. I'm glad you found some good salad dressings. There are a lot out there, but sometimes we don't realize how healthy they are. I didn't realize there were as many healthy salad dressings as there were out there on the shelves, including the Olive Garden one, the Italian one that they do sell at the store now. I just assumed it was super high fat and bad for you, but it's actually not. I looked at the macros on the back, but I think I sent you the salad dressing module on all of the ones that are good, but if I didn't, I'll send it to you again. My kids are going crazy. Oh my gosh. Okay, good that you're feeling sore. You want to feel sore on a weekly basis, not every day. You're not going to feel sore every day, but if you're not feeling sore each week, then we need to do things. We need to amp up the weights or do different workouts. Awesome. Well, it's good that you have a date for vacation. Anything that we are that we have in the future that we're like looking forward to, kind of like a motivation type thing, is always good to keep having, no matter what it is, even if it's something silly like my friend's grad party or whatever it is, my friend's daughter's grad party, just something to really get your mind in order and prepped, and just, getting you in that place mentally to just, go at it. But overall, great job.